It's underwater, but in space, but there's hippos. Spelljammer Adventures in Space. I'm always late to the party with 5th edition D&D, mainly because I just don't really care that much, if I'm being honest. Yeah, usually it just doesn't really inspire me the same way some of the older editions do, but I got this for a good price and I just thought I would have a look at it and do a bit of an unboxing similar to my Dragonbane unboxing, and just get some shrink wrap off it, and we could have a look at what it's all about. So very carefully cut through there. Let's see if we can there we go. I think I got this off. Hope everyone's doing well, enjoying their week. I do like the kind of general color scheme of this. I never have owned any of the 2nd edition Spelljammer stuff, so it's going to be a bit hard for me to make any direct comparison with this, but obviously I understand that this is derived off some of that material. And sorry, this camera's bouncing around. And so you're getting 3 books with this, as well as a gem screen. And we'll start with the gem screen, just because it's kind of grabbing my interest the most. Got some nice illustrations on here, pretty cool. Definitely feels it within the realm of Wizards of the Coast in 2022 or whatever year this came out. Was it 23 or 22? It says 2022 on the promotional materials. So you've got this tower, you've got these, they almost look like sturges, or like maybe they're dragons. Big massive astral whale of some kind, and then a silver, that's quite nice, that's silver. And some pirate looking characters just wandering off into this astral landscape. The big bug of some kind. And then presumably on the other side you've got all of your stats and setting a DC and skills. Suffocating, weightlessness, air and gravity, the astral plane, astral encounters, wild space, altitudes, astral sea encounters, ship encounters, crashing, ship to ship starting distance, tasks, quirks, cargo, and expensive cargo. Okay, pretty nice. I really like the art direction in this, actually. It's nice and vibrant, and if you think about space, often it seems quite a gloomy, lightless place, and I like the fact that they've added a lot of light and contrast and colors. So this one here is Astral Adventurers Guide. You've got a big craft on the front. I'll be interested to see the Planescape one when that comes out, because I did have the 2nd edition Planescape boxed set for second edition, and I really like that. I did get rid of that a while ago. That's the alternative covers for this, but yeah, I'd be interested to see what they do for 5th edition with Planescape. So Vast Oceans of Adventure. You know what? And when they were designing like Mirage, for Magic the Gathering, when they were designing Mirage and Weatherlight, I feel like they were really taking, and I guess the later cycles, like the Wrath cycle, I feel like they were taking inspiration from Spelljammer, like with the Weatherlight craft and stuff. You definitely see some of those crossovers between D&D and Magic the Gathering, and I think Richard Garfield was pretty inspired by D&D, like had played it, and when he went on to design Magic. So we've got Wild Spacer, we've got Racers, Astral Elf, Auto Gnome, Griff, it looked like Hippogriff, Gif, a hippo-headed being of impressive size, Had OZ, Plasmoid, and Three Kreen. Okay. Githyanki are natives of the astral plane. Yeah, so there's a bit of crossover between, you know, Planescape with the Githyanki and stuff. And I obviously need to brush up on my pronunciations of those races, though. Yeah, it's interesting the kind of, in that other page, that's the pirate vibes of this. I'm not really a big, like, automaton sort of person. Like, I just don't really like that in my settings. Hippo race. Haddazee, I guess they like monkeys. And plasmoids, riding a giant hamster. I guess that's sort of, is it a Baldur's Gate reference, or is that where Baldur's Gate got their idea from? It's like a beholder and a sinking vessel. Astral adventuring. So I guess it just gives rules for ship-to-ship combat, and I guess the premise of this is that, you know, you've got ships that are going through the astral plane, and I presumably would have an adventure on board a ship, and maybe the campaign would be based around being on a ship going from plane to plane. If for those who don't know, and yeah, so I guess it just gives some rules for gravity and navigating that kind of those astral dimensions. Astral fishing, magic items, spell jamming helm, crew, boarding. So far, not, I don't know, it's all right. Bombard. Kind of cool to get the ship plans, like that could be, you know, that's always fun. That is like a throwback to the advanced D&D Manual of the Planes. I'm sure that's the same creature that was on the cover of that. Seems like a throwback. Damselfly ship. Flying fish ship. Some kind of cool illustrations. Hammerhead ship. Sort of weird though too. It's quite quirky, like, I don't know. I'm not sure, I wouldn't probably run a game of this. I couldn't see myself doing it, but I like, to me the theory of this setting is really cool. Like the premise of it is cool, but I'm just not sure on the execution. They've got some pretty sweet ideas. I'd love to hear from people if you've actually played in this setting, whether it's 2nd edition or 5th edition, how you've experienced it. Something about it just has always seemed a bit kitsch, or a bit, I don't know, just hasn't really inspired me or grabbed me in the same way some of the other settings are. Like, to me, Planescape is a much more compelling setting than Spelljammer. What is it? Shrike ship. Space Galleon, squid ship. Has an illustration of the squid ship over there. Star moth. So it's cool that, I guess it's cool that it gives you ideas for sorts of ships, like a turtle ship. I don't know. Tyrant ship. The maps are cool, but yeah, just something about it just doesn't really do much for me. That wasp ship's kind of cool. I like the illustration on that. That's pretty sweet. So it's kind of like the way that this setting appears to me is almost like it's under the sea, but you're in space. Like there's fish and all of the ships are fish or sea creatures, but you just happen to be in space. The Rock of Braal. And obviously, I take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I'm literally just taking the shrink off and looking at it, and this is my first impressions of it. But meh. Some of the illustrations are pretty, yeah, I like some of the illustrations, but I don't know. I think this will go into the to sell pile personally, or maybe I'll put it on my shelf for a little while and just see if I change my mind. This is kind of what I mean about the 5th edition stuff, is it's like, to me it's very like it's good production value, but it just feels a bit soulless, or there's just, I don't know, there's just something about it that just doesn't really feel very, like it doesn't inspire me. It's cool, but it's not inspiring. There's a big map, big fold-out map. I'm really going to struggle to get all of that on. That's cool though. The Rock of Brawl. So that's what we were looking at before, that big, basically underwater thing, but it's in space. You can't kind of slam their production values though. Like that's a really nice map. Like yeah, you can't really capture it in the video as you would see it in real life, but it's pretty nice printing. It's good, you know, fairly thick, reasonably thick. And the new book smell is great too. And yeah, I actually, it's kind of got a bit of a matte cover on it, which I prefer to the to like the Player's Hand, you know, the core books. Feels a little bit more, it's kind of similar to the core books, I guess, but it feels a little bit more matte for some reason. Okay, that's like a 5 out of 10 from me. The artwork brings it up a bit, but I don't know. What's this? Light of Xerxes. A rollicking space adventure for the world's greatest role-playing game. Yeah, again, awesome art. Like can't slight the art. Wild space awaits. So I'm not going to read through this, but it's kind of interesting to flick through. And yeah, it's just this whole sea thing. It's like a pirate ship, but it's in space. I don't know. Astral Rain. Astral Blight. It's quite a cool monster. Quite stringy. Trouble at the Docks. Yeah, very piratey. Space pirates. A treacherous salvage. That's quite cool. That's quite a cool piece. A friend indeed. It's underwater, but in space, but there's hippos. I feel like some LSD was involved with the L&D, the research and development team in at Wizards. I mean, like, I don't know, is that, yeah. I'm not feeling this, eh? Side view, okay, yeah, that's a cool map. Like, what would you even use this for? I mean, if you're into this setting and this is up your alley, then okay, great. Like, that's awesome. You know, you've got something kind of quirky and pretty out there that you can play with. But for me personally, there's just not a lot that would hold my attention on this setting. I don't like the pirate thing. If I wanted to do something piratey, I would play a pirate-specific adventure. I'd do like Ghosts of Saltmarsh or something like that. I ran the Saltmarsh campaign for some friends using AD&D rules recently, and that was the first online game that I had run. I have a friend overseas who I played with, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, to me, play like Ghosts of Saltmarsh, or you know, some of the original stuff. If you want pirates, if I'm doing a space adventure, you want it to feel spacey. Just kind of kitsch. I feel like I'm being very negative in this, but this is just sort of this is just my impression. This is my first impressions. Obviously, you saw that I took the shrink wrap off. I haven't pondered this. I've honestly never seen any kind of material on this before. I've never watched any videos or anything about this. This is purely my reaction to this. So if I am coming across slightly negative, you know, maybe I'm being a little bit, maybe it's just a bit reactionary and I should just kind of give it a bit more time and maybe a bit more of a chance. Again, really cool artwork. Oh, look, it's a butterfly, but it's a city. All right, well, the conclusion of this one as well is 5 out of 10. It's got great art. Boo's Astral Menagerie. And again, Baldur's Gate reference. Who played the original Baldur's Gate? I know people are probably playing Baldur's Gate 3 at the moment as well. So are you playing Baldur's Gate? Is that something that you're into back in the 90s? Is it something that you're playing now with the new release? I love the original Baldur's Gate. I played the first one. I must have finished that probably at least two times, all the way through.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
I really enjoyed that. Baldur's Gate 2 was cool too. I just never finished it. Haven't played the third one yet. I need to upgrade my computer, and when I do that, maybe I'll let you know what I think. Astral Elf Aristocrat. So, okay, so this is outlining the Astral Elves. So I guess this is giving some information on if you want to play an Astral Elf. Or no, this is the Menagerie. This is like the monster manual. So it just gives information on Astral Elves. Yeah, Auto Gnome, don't care. Braxit, that's cool. It's like a cross between like a dinosaur and, or like a rhino, or something, a very scaly monster with a big tail. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a dinosaur and a rhino. A brogue. A chwinga. Chwinga doing some fishing. Is this chwinga the thing on the... A chwinga astronaut rides a space guppy. Okay. Cosmic Horror. Very Lovecraftian. Is that a penguin? Alright. Imonga. Gage. It's quite a nice piece. GIF. And Shock Trooper and Warlord. GIF Yankee. Okay, there's a staple. Those are a bit more up my alley. GIF Zerai. Hadizes. Those are the monkey folk. Hadizy Shipmate. Hadizy Warrior. Jammer Leech is a barnacle-like creature that begins life as a space-dwelling spore and attaches to the hull of a ship. Okay, that's cool. Lunar Dragons. Wormling. Megapede. Mercane. Murder Comet. Neogi, Plasmoids. Surlons. Ryger. Androgynous folk who evolved into a humanoid shape from a species of cephalopods, similar to octopi. They're pretty cool. I like the flavor on that. So that's something I'd be into. Solar Dragons. It's a cool piece. This is a bit more inspired, I reckon. This book here, I'm liking this a bit more. Space Clown. Okay, maybe not. Space Eel, Space Guppy. Space Hamsters. They resemble their terrestrial kin. But they're giant, I guess. They were created by wizards who use magic to shrink giant space hamsters to wee size. Starlit Apparition. 3 Crane. Hunter and Mystic. Vampirate. I see what you did there. And, oh, it's stuck. I'm not going to open that. Zoda. I reckon this one was a bit better. I'd give that maybe like a 6.5. still not, well, maybe even a 7. I don't know, 6.57, something like that. Well, there you have it. It was a really, actually, it wasn't a so quick read through unboxing of Spelljammer Adventures in Space. Overall, not something that I would ever play with. I probably would seek out some of the original source material if I went down that track, just to see what that's like. Yeah, just something about this is just a bit kitsch. I don't know. What do you think? Have you played this? Am I completely wrong in what I'm saying? Maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh. I'd love to know your thoughts. And yeah, see you in the next one.